Yeah.
Right. So yeah. Thank you, Hanif, for sparing your time to be able to have an interview with me. So I think this is the pilot episode, the first very episode of By One. So yeah, why is By One? Because it reminds me of the childhood, our childhood, especially when we are very addicted to the internet cafe, to Warnet. If
Yeah.
you, yeah, especially when you are try to playing point blank. Yeah. So yeah, By One, I think it's the best. Yeah, because like it's uh we going uh talking and having discuss about something at each other's. So I think for this one, I would like to ask you about your uh education in general, because yeah, I believe you are uh from the one of the best, I would say, uh institute you ever attend, the one of the best institute in Indonesia. So yeah, maybe you can do maybe we can do like some small background checking. So yeah, from your high school first, and then to your first bachelor degree. So yeah, okay, let's go.
Okay. Thank you, Ray, for this opportunity. It was uh, an honor to be participating in this discussion with you tonight. Uh, Hello, my name is Faqih, and call me Faqih or Hanif. And about my background, I'm Indonesian, and right now I live in West Java, more precisely in Bogor, Bogor City. And about my education, so just now Ray already mentioned to for me to elaborate a little bit from my high school. So a little bit fun fact, I actually went to two high schools. The first one is Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Padang Negara. It is a high school in Malaysia, precisely in the province, in the state of Terengganu. So I went there for the first year and also the second year. And for my third year, it's in the Sekolah Indonesia Kuala Lumpur. It's also a school in Malaysia, but it is you could say a special school for Indonesian people that live in Malaysia, probably in Kuala Lumpur. And after that, I graduated from high school in 2017 before I entered the campus or the college by taking the entrance exam, the national entrance exam, or you could say the SPM, PTN. And yeah, for the first time when in the third year of the high school, I still actually doesn't have any idea what kind of course I want to take at the time. My friends, they already got the SNM PTN, so they chose any course that they want to join. But at the time, I still doesn't have any idea what course I'm going to take. So yeah, during the entrance exam, I chose three campus or three universities to enter. The first choice is ITB or Institut Teknologi Bandung. It is my first choice is about Faculty of Mechanical Engineering and Aerospace or FVMB. And the second one is Universitas Indonesia, Mechanical Engineering. And the third one is UGM, Universitas Gajah Mada, also Mechanical Engineering. So you would say there is a reason why I prefer to take part in this entrance exam and choose the mechanical engineering. One of the reason is because I'm inspired from the movie Three Idiots. Yeah, the Three Idiots. If you know that movie, so it's about a college student in engineering, probably in mechanical engineering, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, one of the main character. you could say the Rancho is an inspiring character for a lot of mechanical engineering students, as just like me. He give these lessons to say that about education is not about getting marks. It's not about uh, getting high marks in your class, but it's about how you understand that knowledge, how you apply it into your life. From that on, I feel like I want to be like him, and that's why I pursue this mechanical engineering course. Maybe that's for the introduction. How do you think?
Okay, right. Thank you so much, Hanif. You also like give the one of the reason why you are joining the mechanical engineering, and I also believe that is it like one of the general fact, right? Because I was also from the chemical engineering, to be precise, is bioprocess engineering.
Mhm.
Uh, our degree actually, both mechanical and also chemical engineering, have the advantage that uh, we can go to any industry that we want. Both of our engineer, we can call it all-rounder engineer, because for me it's about talking about the intensification process and talking about how to optimize one process, first process to other process, and yours also about taking about the mechanical. Maybe you can elaborate after this. But I believe that as long as the industry is still using the mechanical, still using the machine, the mechanical engineer will be always there. By that means, because we can be called as the all-rounder engineer. Uh, it should be advantage and also disadvantage. I believe that there will also be a disadvantage because, uh, yeah, maybe you can elaborate more. Or is it like you didn't see any disadvantage at all for your major you took as mechanical engineer?
Okay, thank you, Ray, for the question. It's quite interesting. Yes, indeed, mechanical engineering and chemical engineering is kind of, you could say, a general engineering major. And mechanical engineering itself, uh, especially in Universitas Indonesia, it's actually can be divided into two main, let's say, not elements, but two main sub-discipline. Yeah. The first one is about manufacturing, and the second one is about energy conversion. So in mechanical engineering itself, we learn about any system that's actually moving from, for example, a car or maybe an aeroplane, and also as simple as um, mechanical pencil. Anything that's moving is actually a part of mechanical engineering. So even in your background, your Zoom background, there is a lot of piping over there. There must be also rotating equipment itself, and that's also part of mechanical engineering. For example, the equipment is of course pump, compressor, maybe tank or something. So in the mechanical engineering itself, as I said just now, there are two sub-disciplines, the manufacturing and also the energy conversion. The manufacturing itself, uh, it focus it focuses on how do you actually produce or manufacture something. For example, if you take this mouse, we start from drawing its design in engineering drawing. We build, and then we take what kind of material we want to use to produce uh, this mouse. And after that, after we already make the engineering drawing, and also we decide on what material to use, we decide what kind of manufacturing process to actually build this mouse. For example, machining, or maybe 3D printing, or maybe what do you call? Yeah, 3D printing is actually one of the advanced manufacturing process nowadays. And after that, after we actually have produced the product or the mouse, we also learn how to make that product function. For example, this mouse, when it's actually produced, it has no function at all. It's just a product. So we learn how to actually control the system or system control. We learn a little bit about mechatronics. You could say it's a mechanical part of electronic. It's electronic that moving any things. So from that, we could say we design the electrical circuit as well as the chips or maybe you know, the integrated circuit inside of this, the sensor and also the receiver, and if it's a wireless mouse. So it's mostly about whole things, the whole process from drawing into functioning of a product. That's a part of mechanical engineering as a general in the manufacturing subdiscipline. And the second discipline is about energy conversion. So it's all about how we perceive or maybe how we analyze every energy in this unit in this world, probably, yes, and um, how we can take advantage of the process itself to make it as efficient as possible. For example, we are using right now the electrical, laptop. First, we take this electrical energy is actually gained from the generator or maybe the power plant out there. So yeah, the energy conversion itself will be consisting a whole different type of energy, from thermal energy, solar energy, chemical energy, and every type of energy itself have their own, you could say, power plant or what to generate that power, what to convert. As we all know, the energy itself is not created or destroyed, but it's actually converted from one type of energy into another type of energy. That's what we actually learn in mechanical engineering in general.
All right. Okay. I think you are like giving the general courses, right? Especially for the to be specified the mechanical engineering as general. And I was actually can you maybe you can like explain it better because I mentioned before about the one of the disadvantage. Maybe you can take this as the disadvantage because like we are because I believe like we are learning only some of the parts. Maybe we cannot, how should I say, we cannot like take each of the course more into deeply. So we have to make space. So we must, I would say, specify right the topic or the project that we will get interested into. And yeah, for my next question, maybe we can talk about your project, right? Your project and also your topic interest regarding to your major, because maybe you will like also explain because it's been like 2 years, right, since our graduation at 2021, and you've been doing a lot some of the projects. Maybe you can also elaborate on that, right?
Okay, that's an interesting question. So there, yeah, as when I actually studying as a college student, fortunately, I have been participating in various type of project, especially in engineering project, and it's actually a fun thing to learn. You can actually learn a lot of by applying your theory or maybe your lessons in the field. And let's say uh, there are three big projects that I have take part during my college. So the first one is about um, tugas merancang or design assignment. This is one of the subjects in our course in mechanical engineering where we actually design a product or maybe a machines that functions to take the to fulfill the objectives that we want to. So the tools or the machine that our team created at that time is about Sterling. It's actually a device to facilitate the wheelchair-bound person to go through a flight of stairs. Maybe you could search after this in the Google about wheelchair. I mean about stair lift. So yeah, our supervisor at the time is actually a director of the facility in Universitas Indonesia. Yeah, he is one of the rectorate people. And yeah, the reason why he gave us that assignment is to facilitate the wheelchair-bound student or maybe parents that want to attend any venue or maybe uh, you could say graduation or welcoming freshmen. So when we get the idea of that stair lift, we design it from the drawing, from the concepting, and then we create the economical modeling. For example, to procure the material that we want to use, and also the process cost of the making the stair lift. Unfortunately, it was COVID. There was COVID, and we couldn't create the real thing. So instead, at the time, our supervisor at the time, Prof. Ganjar, say, let's just make a 3D modeling of that. So we learned about 3D printing at the time, and we used that facility to create the model. That's the first project. And the second one is about a charging station. It's about floating charging station for uh, electric, you could say electric boat or electric ship. So this is a part of the Tropical Renewable Energy Center, or you could see the in the website is track FTUI. So they give various energy project to the student or maybe member of the center. And I get the opportunity to join this floating charging station where we design a boat with a solar panel on top of it to generate electrical, like you could say, electrical charging station to provide energy for electrical boat that's actually moving in the North Java. I guess if I'm not wrong, it's in Dramayu, where there are a lot of fishermen boat that want to be converted into the electrical boat at that time. It was a very nice idea, and we managed to write a paper about it, and we published it in Universitas Indonesia Youth Environmental Action competition at the time. And the third one is about carbon capture in a material. So this is actually related to my undergraduate thesis. So it's about gas absorption or carbon dioxide absorption in the material. This material is actually a new material. It's a combination of metal and also organic part. The organic part is glutamic acid. So we combine cobalt metal and also glutamic acid to become, you could say, the term is metal organic framework. And we try to make that metal organic framework to function as, you could say, carbon capture. Yeah,
All right.
that's two projects.
Well, this project are, I would say, even like me, listening to your projects, I'm in awe actually because especially on the last one, you took the carbon project, which I think very related to your second project, right? It's about renewable energy and also how is that also elaborate with the sustainability, right? Because carbon
Yes, yeah.
capture, yeah. Speaking of which, I think we've like do already much of the talking about the mechanical engineering. Maybe we do uh, goes into another topic. Maybe talking about the social life of mechanical engineering. Yeah. Uh, so for those who still like curious about being a mechanical engineer, like, can you give some do or don'ts regarding to the social life as a mechanical engineering? Maybe you can like explain what the thing that you should be expect, as you as a mechanical engineering, and as you are working with your friends in that major at the time.
Okay. So this is going to be a lot more interesting to tell you about. So in general, mechanical engineering is the famous course where the mostly the student is male student. And yeah,
Right.
in my in my batch, it's actually you could say the ratio is 1 to 10. So one female student to 10 male student. And yeah, so because of that, you could say mostly in our class, the majority of the student is male. So yeah, we could easily, you could say, mix up and become friends so easily. And also, and there is a lot of activities, extracurricular curricular activities is mostly, we are the, you could say, the most crowded, the most, I would say, noisy in the campus as well, especially during the graduation ceremony. We usually have this parade, you could say the black parade, because we all wear black clothes, and also we take vehicles, for example, like jeeps or maybe motorcycles. We go around the campus to, uh, you could say, have fun and congratulate our seniors. And other than that, you could say the friendship is very, because it's strong, because we as a batch and also different batch, seniors or juniors, you could say there is almost no boundaries. Like you could just say his name without uh, honorifics. For example, I can call you Ray, even if you are 2 or 3 years above me. But there are also, you could say, unspoken rules. For example, when it's alumni, of course, we have to say like Bang or Ka. But if it's like 2 or 3 years, you could say that people just easily like say their names casually, like as if they are your friends. Yeah.
Right. And I think you should, uh, yeah, I think you should like be more explained, Uh, but thanks for the explanation. Right. I'm sorry, I got brain fart. Yeah, most of the time it happen almost most of the time. But speaking still on the same topic, I think you could like give the suggestion, on who do you think should take your major, the mechanical engineering. Uh, is like, how should I say? Yeah. What kind of people that you are expect will be great to be able to like even attend the courses, the mechanical engineering, as the mechanical engineering student.
Oh, you mean what what it takes to be a candidate of the mechanical engineering student, or
Yeah. It's something like that. Yeah, something like that.
so yeah, for you to actually become a mechanical engineering student, there are no specific requirement. For example, maybe, but you could say that you have to at least understand the subjects such as physics, mathematics, and of course, those two are the main, you could say, the main subjects to be understand first before entering this, yeah, mostly engineering course. Because in our courses in mechanical engineering, mostly are about physics, of course, mechanics, and also the mathematics. For example, some of the subjects in our courses are about um, kinematics, dynamics, or engineering mathematics. It's all about the branch of those two, physics and mathematics. Other than that, you could say there are no specific requirement for you to enter. As long as you graduate from high school and you pass the exam, you should be able to take in this course.
All right. Okay, so thank you so much, Hanif, for your answer. Maybe like is it already like too long or what? But anyway, because like we've already like talking about some of the background and maybe some of your expertise and your project, also some of your social life as well. Can you give your final verdict? Is it actually worth it to even to ever try uh, take as taking the mechanical engineering studies, especially uh, from Department of Mechanical Engineering in Universitas Indonesia?
Okay. So for me myself, it's actually a fun experience. And of course, there are ups and downs in learning as a college students. There are times when you're actually getting good marks. There are sometimes that you're actually falling into the depth of the bad grades. And yeah, so I can say learning mechanical engineering is a fun thing because I myself have the passion of about anything that's actually related to moving. For example, cars. I like automotives. At first, my expectation learning in mechanical engineering is about learning about cars, but no, it's actually more vast than that. Basically, there's a greater scope of learning in mechanical engineering other than automotives. Automotives is just a part of it, but you could say learning mechanical engineering is fun because you learn most of the engineering in one course, and it's quite famous in our campus, Universitas Indonesia, that say that other branch or other disciple of engineering is actually started from mechanical engineering. For example, material, chemical, as well as industrial engineering. It all started from mechanical engineering. Yes. So yeah, we learn a lot about everything, but you could say we are not specialized in those engineering.
Yeah, I think the same goes into us as well as the chemical engineering. Uh, okay. So that's your final verdict. Any how should I say? Any comments regarding to your future work? Maybe for your next project or next working or maybe study regarding?
Right now, I'm working as engineering consultant in oil and gas field. Uh, yeah, mostly my projects in this company related to oil and gas. For example, uh, equipment assessment, or maybe designing conceptual design for power plant, and also the financial modeling for the power plant. And for the future, we are trying to, of course, designing concept of hydrogen, you would say hydrogen fuel vehicle. And it's still on progress. We are still trying to evaluate those uh, design, of course, the concept as well. But mostly it's very, you could say, anything related to oil and gas, we could take part in that and we become the consultant. So we give advice and also anything related to that project. And regarding my study, it's actually, I have no uh, plan in the near future yet. Maybe next year I will try, or maybe, yeah, maybe this year we'll be preparing, and the next year we'll be applying that scholarship for the master program.
All right. Uh, okay. I think yeah, we because we are using the presume, right? It's
Yeah,
already have the countdown. Yeah,
10 minutes
I
more to
already
go.
see the countdown. Uh, okay. For the last thing, Paki, can you like maybe give the message to the viewer, maybe to whoever got interested in mechanical engineering, or maybe the one who already got, or maybe accidentally, I would say, goes deep in this major.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, I could say that choosing mechanical engineering is not a mistake, and it's actually one of the great, you could say, milestone or maybe starting point for you to actually uh, build your career. Because most of those mechanical engineering graduates, you would say, do not actually focuses on one uh, field. They can be anything outside of that engineering field. Of course, you are not supposed to be mechanical engineering graduate and just works on cars or maybe trucks. Most of my friends in our batch is actually becoming process engineer, becoming electrical engineer, and of course consultant just like me. And there are also some of them that become the manager or maybe the human resources. So it's not what do you call it? It's not something strictly strictly to the point that if you become a mechanical engineering student, you will be working with machines all the time. No, you have another opportunity. You have a lot of opportunity to build your career after that. Just have fun, and yeah, it's a fun course to learn, fun major.
All right. Okay. Uh, thank you so much, Pagi, for the message. It's yeah, I think it's crystal clear that you are really enjoying to be able to even attend as the mechanical engineer student.
Yes,
Okay. Uh, Once again, thank you for the opportunity, Faki. And I think this is uh, it's a wrap up. So yeah, this is like simple first ever pilot episode of me taking uh by one, yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
taking interview
appreciate
with
it.
someone.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, yeah. So thank you for the opportunity, and I hope that it will goes well into the YouTube as well. And I hope that whoever watch this video is getting inspired by it. And yeah, you never know, because like maybe there are someone who still like try to find some inspiration, and if they are bumping into our video, let's hope that he or she or they can get inspired and starting to decide the next move. What should they do after this or after watching this? So yeah, thank you so much, Fakih, for the opportunity,
thank
and
you.
maybe we can go turning off the recording. So yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you.